Hey everyone, welcome back to the Beauty School Bobby podcast. I am doing another solo episode because I wanted to talk to you all about an event that we traveled to recently. I know that you all see on my Instagram that we're out and we're doing all of these things, but I have so many people being like, "What is that? What are you doing?" And so I wanted to kind of recap this event so that you all can see the things that we're getting to be a part of. And also, if you're like, hey, I want to be a part of Beauty Gives Back, I want to talk to you about how you can get connected with this organization as well. So, another solo episode, and here we go. So we recently got to be a part of an event called Beauty Gives Back. Now, this is an event that has been around. This is the fourth year, I think, that they've hosted this event in Chicago. And from the time that I met Mariah, I have wanted to somehow figure out a way to get connected with this. And so I feel like I maybe have talked about this on another episode, solo episode that we did, but I, in this year, am really trying to follow the doors that are opening for me a little bit more. And if I feel like there's something that I need to be a part of or something that we're supposed to be at, I really want to take the opportunity to be there. So this was one of the first things that I had said yes to. So last year, I was invited to be at Beauty Gives Back because, again, the more that I've had the chance to get to know Mariah, through America's Beauty Show. She is on the board of Cosmetologist Chicago. She's everything. Like, she's so great and so sweet. And so I wanted to be a part of this amazing thing that she was doing since I found out about it. So she had last year, I was having so much FOMO when I was seeing all of the things being posted on Instagram, all the social media things. And I was like, I have to be there next year. And I remember texting her and just being like, can we figure out a way for, me to be there next year? And she was like, yes, absolutely. And so made it work. And I'm so, so, so thankful that we did. So a little bit of the behind the scenes are personal life part of this. So Mark and I had said that we were going to come up and, cover the event and do the thing that we usually do at America's Beauty Show, where we're kind of highlighting and we're talking to people. And we talked to Mariah about what would be helpful for them, in what way that we can help and give back. What is it that they need? What would help, this cause to grow it and to bring more attention to this amazing event. So we had talked, and so we had already planned that we were going to go up and film, and we were going to do the interviews with all of the winners of the grants. So this organization, like, they give away so much money, and they provide this entire day at this event. I think it was 1,000 beauty school students and teachers. So really specific to the Chicago area. Obviously, I think that this is going to grow and become a much bigger thing, but this happens in Chicago, and that is, who was there. And so it was so incredible to see everybody. But our goal was going to be to talk to people who had won, to help encourage people to apply for this, to see that this is something that you can win, that you can be a part of. And they really choose the winners so carefully. So the stories are always just amazing. And when I say that, like, we all just cried, like, the whole time, like, it really was such an emotional event, but also like happy dancing and great. But I got to interview the winners. And so, we had committed to that and wanted to be there to do that. And again, this is one of those things that I was like, the school's really busy, and I have a million things, to do there, but I really felt like it was important for us to bring attention to this. So Mark and I had planned on going up on Saturday. So we were going to get a couple extra days to kind of explore Chicago. When we're there for ABS, we don't really get to, like, go out and see the city. And even when we stayed a couple days this year, we were just so exhausted from America's Beauty Show that we really didn't go out and explore. So we're like, oh, it's been a busy summer. We could use, like, some time away, just us. Let's, sneak in like 2 extra nights of being in downtown Chicago and do the sightsee things, because we still haven't done like the architecture tour, any of that stuff. So we were so excited about getting to do that. Now, childcare is obviously limited, and who we allow to watch our kids while we're gone is, 2 or 3 people. So my mom was planning on watching them for us. Some things had happened that plans needed to change, and she was not going to be available basically until Sunday afternoon for us. So this all happens like the week before we're supposed to go. So I'm like, we cannot cancel this trip, but I'm in this moment where sometimes when things change or things get hard, I'm like, okay, we're just not supposed to go. I'm just not going to do this. Like, let's cancel everything. And came home and talked to Mark, and I'm like, okay, what can we do? Maybe we don't get those 2 days in Chicago, which we had like just booked flights the week before. Like, we were going to drive up and just road trip it. We're like, we'll get to work in the car. We love a good drive. Like, we were fine. And then for some reason, like 2 weeks before the event, I'm like, we should fly. Like, that'll give us more time in the city. So we buy plane tickets. So we had to like cancel all of that. We had to cancel our hotel, which was for some reason a nightmare. Like, I worked for like 2 days, and finally Mark tried to cancel, like non-refundable, whatever. Couldn't get our money back. It worked out. Our friend Kane got to use the hotel room in Chicago, and that was all fine. But just things switching that usually thrown at me, I really would have been like, okay, we're just not going. Like, it's just easier. We give up. This isn't working. Luckily, we have such an amazing group of friends around us that without even asking, was like, we got the kids. What do you need? Like, we can make this work. Here's what time I'll be there. And so, after, kind of deciding what was going to be easiest and best for our kids, we decided to just drive up on Sunday. And so we did the road trip, drove to Chicago. It was so exciting and like so fun. Like, our road trips really are the best. And, Mark just like worked the whole time, and I was driving, zoning out, like listening to my book, listening to my podcast. Like, it is one of my favorite things to do. So I was like so happy about that. But we get to the event center, which was so beautiful. Found out that they actually, the Hilton at Oakbrook Hills, is that right, Mark? Oakbrook Hills, I think is the name of it. I'm so sorry if this is wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. The event center that Mariah hosts this event at, donates the space for them, like, to use this. And it's gorgeous. It was in a part of Chicago that we haven't been to before. So that was really exciting too. So we got there. We decided that we were going to, go out to dinner that night, still try to get like our time there. And so we went to Restoration Hardware. It was so fun. Amazing dinner. We had like the best time. But when we got back, Mark was, because all of this stuff happens, and like, I'm hyper perfectionist about certain things, but Mark is even more like above and beyond hyper perfectionist about the production. So why it sounds good, the video, the audio, all the things. So before we left the hotel to go to dinner, Mark was like, I just want to go check out the space. I didn't want to bother Mariah because I know that is the craziest thing to get ready for an event like this. I know she was like all hands on deck. So I didn't even tell her like that we had got into the hotel or anything, but we go downstairs, or Mark's like, I just want to see the center. I want to see where we're going to be. So he walks down while I'm finishing getting ready. And then he texts, he's like, hey, Mariah's down here. Like, come down. I want to show you like where we're going to be shooting. So we go down, and Gabby's there. And just our friends, like our loves from, things that we've done in Chicago, with ABS, like we kind of reunited, and they are incredible women, because I don't understand how they had any gas left in the tank, like setting up all of these bags. Like, you think that at big events like this, like the person on stage, Mariah or Julie or whoever you see, is not the one behind the scenes packing the bag. But here's the thing about Mariah. She's back there packing the bags. She's loading up the carts. She's making sure that everything is ready. And this is what is different about someone who is hands-on and doing the work in the industry versus someone that's just like passing it off. So it's what I love about her. And it's why I will continue to support anything and everything that she does, because I see her work and her passion behind it. But we got to catch up with them for a second. Get so excited about the event. Once I saw the space, I was like, this room is huge. It was so much bigger than I thought that it was going to be. So we do that. We go to dinner, and then at dinner, Mark is like, listen, when we get back, I want to do like some tests. Like, and this is 8 or 9 o'clock at night that I'm like, we're not going to get back till 10:30. I'm exhausted. We have to get up early. Like, what are you doing to me? So we have to go test the audio because he changes the whole way, and Mark could do his own episode on like this box that he was going to do to go live. And are we going live? Do we have enough bandwidth like on the internet? Like, I don't know what was required of this, but it wasn't going to work. So last minute, we change everything about how we are going to shoot this and how we're going to film and where we're going to film. So at 10 o'clock at night, we're like down in the area where the event is being held the next day. And so we're down there just like practicing, getting everything set up. And thank God we did, because Mark pulled this off by posting everything, like not going live because the audio would have been terrible. It would have looked awful. It would have been something that we were not happy to like put out or promote. And so we got that like all worked out. 10, 11, maybe, that like we were finally like, okay, we got it, we're ready for the next day. So just the like behind the scenes of the things that go into making sure that everything looks good and sounds good. Like, we don't leave it to chance anymore. We're not like, okay, well, when we get down there, we'll feel it out of what it's going to sound like or look like. All of that stuff is prepped. So that was the night. So that was Sunday. We had driven all day, did that, go to bed. We get up on Monday, which is the day of the event, like get ready, so excited, go downstairs, just reunited with everyone and getting to see like Aga from Tricoci or Megan and Jesse, and just everyone from the America's Beauty Show team. It's just such a fun little reunion. And I think it's a thing that I'm starting to just love about this industry is now when we're doing these things, it's like, hey, like it's family and we are all so excited to see each other. So, I mean, Siri was beside us the whole time with the Salon Centric team and, getting to see her speak and just all of that is so amazing. It's still such a dream that this is what we get to do. So adding in these fun events, I think is key to keeping me going right now. And, again, the things that we're making time for, the things that we want to be a part of, like all of that matters is who's going to be there. What's the energy going to be like? But of course, because it's Mariah, Beauty Gives Back was over the top. Like Mariah had told me, like, wait until you hear these stories or wait until you see the presenters, wait until what actually happened in that room is so hard to put into words. I mean, I think in the beauty industry, there's a lot of passion and there's a lot of heart anyways, but getting to see that room and getting to see the reaction of students. I mean, we go to ABS every year and we're like, oh my gosh, like best year ever, so much love, so much. And that is so true. I think that because it was students and instructor, like it had such a different energy. And that is just what I'm used to. I'm in the beauty school world. I'm around beauty school students all the time. Those are my people. So I think that made the event even better for me. But getting to be there and like actually see the winners and actually see, just how emotional everyone got or the way that people were really sharing their testimonies. Like, I feel like because they weren't talking to licensed professionals, the people on the stage were really so much more open. I think that with the mission being like to inspire, like this was not about, let me get on stage and I'm going to show you how to cut hair. I'm going to show you, this thing. I'm going to maybe people on stage feel like they have to prove themselves a little bit in these other areas. But I think because it was talking to students, like they really knew the mission was to inspire, like to be real, share your story. Like, let's not do the fake social media thing. Like, let's actually talk about how hard it was, how I got here, like really to help inspire and motivate. Obviously, Mariah put together an amazing team of presenters. So the people were obviously really great and really interesting anyways. But I do think that the subject matter and like the response was so different because it was beauty school students. And that, like, I just loved that so much. I feel like I got to meet a bunch of different people. So different brands were there. And maybe because there weren't as many vendors as, a big show, we kind of got more one-on-one time with people, which I really, really appreciated. Just meeting a ton of beauty school students, meeting educators that are just not in my everyday world. These are, schools from Chicago, students from Chicago. They're facing different challenges than our students face. And that just made me so happy. I really feel like all of the people that we interviewed, there was just intention behind it. Like I said, I can't really put into words the way that it just all felt so different. There was a girl who I know we've already put out her video on our social media, but the just even little bit of time that we had with Precious, who was one of the winners, was so amazing. She is somebody that really looked up to Kia Neal, and I got to see her moment where she got to meet Kia, and the advice that they exchanged. Like, it really was with Precious, like all of us that met her, it was like, wait a minute, like you're huge, like you already are so mature in how you're thinking about the industry, and she's so young. So her story is really incredible, about why she chose to apply for the grant and what the grant meant for her. So these scholarships for the beauty industry, like you have to remember, beauty school is very expensive. And it is a thing that keeps people from going or following their passion. I think a few of the people that I talked to that won the grants were like, I never would have been able to go to beauty school. I never would have been able to do this without this funding. So if you are trying to figure out a way that you can donate or give back or get involved, Beauty Gives Back is seriously such an awesome place to start, because they really are giving the money directly to beauty school students. So students that are either wanting to go into beauty school or in beauty school currently. Mariah was traveling a ton to promote Beauty Gives Back to different beauty schools. And I know she had so many stories about the way that her life, or her heart was touched while she was going into school. So I think that any organization that is trying to get in and make a difference with beauty school students, like obviously has my seal of approval, but this one was really good. And I think a lot of people were just talking and sharing things that I feel like they all felt like led to share on that stage. I think everybody felt the weight of the room shift of like, okay, we can be honest and we can be real and we can ask real questions. I think my favorite part about the event was I would like sneak in because I was, doing interviews while the show was happening. So I was trying to get to listen to as many of the presenters as I could. And I feel like every single time I would kind of catch the end of a presentation and it would like open up the floor to questions, and hearing the things that the students were actually thinking about or hearing the takeaways, the questions that they asked. Like, I want a list of all the questions that were asked, because I feel like that would be such an awesome podcast of just all the questions that they asked during that time and what the answers were to that, because the students are deep, and they are not wanting to know like, okay, how do I grow my following, or how do I no, like they are like asking deep questions, and really got intentional about what they wanted to know from the speaker, being like, okay, you're the expert on this, how do I do this? It was really, really great. And I just can't say enough good about all of the people that were there to support this organization. I know so many vendors, donated time, donated products, donated like money for these grants and all of that. So I think that it was incredible. And to see her really like pull this off and to really make it so great. It was just a day of good. And I think that there's a lot of people that are in this industry that are looking for that. They want the positive, the good, the like heart. And I know it's something I need. And I know that that day was so positive for me. And just to see the excitement of the students was really so great, but also show the professionalism of the industry. So no negatives, like it really was just such an awesome event. Really getting to network. I think that I can't say enough about the people that you meet at these events, and just getting to see, these students take a Monday and and come in and like that's their day of school that day, that's their Monday, come in and like just be around these like bosses in the industry and really get to talk to them. I'm like, man, they're just set up for so much good. Obviously I met educators and we bonded over classroom things and things that are happening at the school, and I just can't brag enough about the instructors at Tennessee School of Beauty. So I was like, oh, follow Elise or follow I was like really putting them out there to say like, this is what we're doing and this is what we're facing, and we get it. So I think for school owners, for other instructors, like there really is a place for everyone at this event. And it was really great. We got to meet some other people in the beauty industry that do podcasts also. So getting to see the way that different people work was really fun too. And I just think that so happy that we went. So happy that we said yes to the thing. And even though it was challenging for us as a family to make it work and to put the pieces together, this was definitely a thing that was just so worth it, because I think the things that we can do to be better in the beauty industry that we feel like are doing good to help a friend. I mean, Mariah has done so much for us, and to be able to get back and be like, no, we want to come and we want to do this thing for you, and to hype her up and to get to see our beauty industry friends and get a more quiet time with them. Mark, is that what you would say? Like you feel like it was like more quiet, like we really got more time with them because it wasn't like 25,000 people in a room. Yeah, I feel like it was just more like intentional. I keep using that word. It was just more intentional time. Like I feel like everybody that we talked to, it wasn't just like a brief conversation. It was, Siri being like so sick. And I'm only sharing this because I know she's been so vocal about it on her social media, but being pregnant and being like so sick there and the whole time being worried, like, does Siri need crackers? Does she need something? Like just going through this life with people, and just putting yourself back in those moments of being like, I remember this stage of pregnancy and being like, I wouldn't. Ugh, that's such a hard part of pregnancy. And to see her going through, but to also see her get up on that stage and still do her thing without complaining, or still doing the photos, like the meet and greets that she was doing with Salon Centric. She didn't stop doing that. And that, I'm so thankful that you have this time. I think the awesome thing about it is like you really see who people are. There's a lot of people in the beauty industry that aren't doing these kinds of things, right? And they're famous and they're working for whatever, but like I want to see the people that are real, that are really pushing through. So I think that when we were in this smaller space with them, we really just got to be together in a different way. What was your favorite part of the show? Like what was your highlight?
Probably just seeing everybody. Um,
And getting to edit live, like you doing that was like
yeah,
a big win.
lot like in that real close to real time was cool. Getting to see Kane's always good.
Yeah. Kane that we work
Interrupting us.
with on America's Beauty Show. Like Mariah is the one who introduced us to Kane in the first place. And if you see us shooting at America's Beauty Show, you know Kane. Like he also works with a bunch of different brands in the beauty industry, but he has become somebody in our life that is, we're just so close with Kane. We love him literally like a brother. He's amazing. And so yeah, you guys got to be together, which I feel like is like best friends, like brothers. I know you were pumped about that part, but a short trip, I mean, there and back, like drove up on Sunday, did the event Monday, drove home on Tuesday to be back to work at TSB on Wednesday. So so fast, but really just so worth it.
Yeah, getting to know Sebastian was good. I
Oh
feel like we
yeah.
got to, like you were saying, we got to actually talk with people. It wasn't just getting pulled in a million directions. So we got to actually catch up with people we knew and talk with people, new people.
Yeah. And I think that's what both of us want. I think that with all of these different things that we're doing in the beauty industry, I think it just comes down to like we want time with the good people that we're meeting, and it's not all just to be like, okay, we're just making this connection to get to the next spot. To no, I want to spend time with everyone, and I want to be around good people. And I will say that I might edit this out, but I think I'm going to say it.
You mean I might edit this
Yeah,
out?
you might, Mark might edit this out. But this was like one of the first events, like last year at America's Beauty Show. It was like, oh, I just kicked the camera. I bet you love that. Okay. So, last year at America's Beauty Show, we had, people that were coming up and like recognizing us as like, oh yeah, the podcast, whatever. This time was pretty different where I was stopped a lot and like, hey, I listened to your show or I know whatever. And that was like, again, you don't realize that people are like actually listening. Like we see the numbers. But to put a face to that, or somebody that's like, yeah, you don't know me, but like I follow, like I love that. I think it's so awesome to really be able to like humanize it. Cause again, right now I'm talking to a camera and Mark will edit that and he will make it look good. And then we just put it out and then it is what it is. And it exists out there in the world. But to really like humanize it and to say like, oh, okay, there's people watching and people listening, I think like change things. I don't know if that's like a weird thing to say because we don't like talk about that part of it, but not even just for like the fame or the recognition, like I said, to just be able to be like, oh yeah, there are people listening, there's people watching what we're doing, and that was really cool. I liked that part.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that was kind of it. I mean, that night we got to hang out. Everybody was so exhausted after the show. So Mariah and her team and all of them were so sweet to make sure that we had accommodations at the hotel that night since we were not going home immediately. A lot of them are from Chicago, so a lot of them went home. But it was like after the event, right to dinner, like there. And then everyone was out because everyone was just so tired, which I loved. I love that there wasn't pressure to be like, we're doing dinner at like 9 o'clock and staying out late or whatever. We got to hang out with Kane while he was editing and Sebastian and Gabby. And yeah, it was just so fun to recap. That's always my favorite part. I always need like a recap session after these events, and I think scheduling that for ABS is something that we need to do. I know we did that with like us, but I think as tired as everybody is, making sure that we all can recap and be like, oh, what about this moment or that? Like, I think it's so good to just remember all the highlights. So that you don't forget all the things that have happened, because it really is like such a whirlwind. But stay tuned for podcasts that are coming from people that I met at this event. I think this really was something where there's people that I've known online or just, through Instagram, and we've messaged or we followed each other. But I think we've had time now to connect, and then scheduling the time to record and stuff so that we can share all these great people with you too is really awesome. So that is my recap of Beauty Gives Back. I just am so proud of Mariah, and we'll have her on soon to talk to her about all of this. She just did something so hard. Her and Julie, her business partner on this, I know accomplished something really, really big. It felt big. And I know that she is going to decompress and take some time as she needs to. I think she is getting to maybe spend some time with Elizabeth Bay and going to one of their retreats. So I'm thankfully going to be able to take this all in. But, I encouraged her and told her like the one thing that I hope that she does on her time of like resetting is to really feel the impact that she made. It's crazy because when you know her, or when we're doing these things in the industry, you don't always, the crash is a lot, right? There's a huge buildup, and then there's a ton of adrenaline from the show or the thing you're doing. And then obviously, just like anything else, you have to come down from that. But just the feeling of this is actually something, Mark, that I feel like we should talk to like a professional about. But what is the advice when you have made a difference like this, like, and when you've done something big? And that can be a 100 person event, or it can be, a 25,000 person event. But there are individuals that are making these things happen. And what is the process of actually like letting that sink in? Like I had a huge crash out last year after the Beauty Professional Awards because I wasn't prepared for how that was going to go, what the work was going to be leading up to it, what that night looked like. And I had like a full down breakdown for like 4 days after that. And I think with America's Beauty Show, we've learned to like take the time. But I think that almost when you do a nonprofit event like this or a charity event, I almost feel like it feels like more. Like, how do you process that you just made a difference, in that room or whatever? I feel like that should be an episode that we like dive into with a professional. But it's big, and I hope that she takes the time to feel all of that. So anyways, I feel like I rambled for the last 5 minutes, but that's the learning curve of the solo episode. But thank you all so much for watching. Make sure that you follow us as we're posting the videos from Beauty Gives Back. We want to make sure that we're supporting this cause that is so wonderful. And if you can get there to the event next year, I hope that you can get there. If you're a student, make sure you're applying for these grants through Beauty Gives Back. But yeah, make sure you're following us. Make sure you are checking out the episodes as they're dropping, or go back and listen to some of the most recent episodes. I feel like we're doing things a little bit different now, and I hope that you like it. DM me, let me know if it's nice. That feedback about these episodes, and thanks for bearing with me as I'm learning how to record by myself. But make sure you follow me at Beauty School Bobbi on Instagram. Make sure that you follow Beauty and Style Network so that you can see when new episodes are dropping, as well as other amazing things that are happening in the beauty industry. And just make sure you're following us everywhere. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you can be notified when these are coming out. And again, thank you all so much for this support. And thank you for, really boosting the podcast. Our numbers are up, and we're so excited about that. So, yeah, excited for all the things that are happening. Thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next time.